and our wires crossing from signal to ground.
Imagining something and building it, it excites everybody. Yeah, it's awesome.
In this high school robotics class, a team of students from Stockbridge, Michigan is challenged to design, test, and construct an underwater robot that will be deployed in an overseas research mission.
You guys have to get to this number by March 27th. They really run our class as a business. They want to learn more about robotics, they want to learn more about business, and they want to learn more about technology.
Their ultimate mission is to raise funds and deploy the robot in the Republic of Palau to help search for missing American airmen from World War II.
It's pretty powerful to be able to say we are involved in a process that hopefully will bring your dad or your uncle or your brother home.
So let's go ahead and power it up.
It's going to be great to take some pictures, and we're all fired up.
Today, students check the propulsion and buoyancy of the ROV. Devices used to control direction and collect data are tested.
Once you're closer to the bottom and you know where you are, try to follow a heading.
Students are guided by mentors when they head to Lake Huron to practice deep-sea exploration.
Young kids look up to the varsity athletes in a small community. We've been able to do the same thing with robotics, believe it or not.
Since freshman year, I was kind of learning the ropes, and the torch was passed down to me, and I get to mentor these kids and pass the torch on to them.
So show Mitch everything you've done so he can verify your steps.
You have to tighten it with a screwdriver. I'm kind of supervising. I like to sit back and watch, make sure no one's like gonna blow themselves up or anything like that. Take this thing from here.
Okay. The younger kids look up to these kids that go to Palau like they're rock stars. The older kids learn a lot from being able to teach and pass down what they've learned to the younger students.
We're trying to get the ROV to sit even in the water, and right now it's sitting like at a diagonal and the front's tilting up, so we want it to be able to sit flat in the water. And we're trying to make it still a little bit positively buoyant in case if it gets caught or something or stops working, then it can eventually float back up.
They've only done it in pools so far, and I've done it in the ocean where there's actual currents, waves.
I know Chloe and Mitch want this year's team to find a B-24 because they couldn't, but they know it's out there.
Here in Alpena, we're giving that team a feel for what it's going to be like to be a couple miles out on the water. At our school, we test in a cattle watering trough, so obviously it's a much different environment. They haven't worked with this robot before this year, and we built it completely from scratch last year. So it'll definitely be a challenge for them, but I definitely think they're up to it, and they've already figured out what every single wire in that housing is for.
You want to get this set up.
Yep. Then when we get there, we'll get the coordinates off of that and put them on your dive log as well.
Okay. You write like object found, you might not have enough room in the log.
Chloe has been awesome with helping us through just getting situated. We have some specific goals and base it on everything that we've learned so far from all these other people.
You go first. It's been very impressive to see how they are adapting to procedures we already had set in place so they can keep that continuity going for the program to keep expanding and for us to keep going to Palau and keep involving students and coming up with more problems to solve with robotics and engineering. You're gonna leave your tether management cone up there.
Let's move it.
Yeah. I'm just saying because if you leave it up there, you're gonna have two people working tether and that's kind of inefficient. Okay.
They've learned to trust each other and look out for each other and look out for their program to keep it going forward. It's an ongoing concern to them, just like a business.
Are you guys like driving it?
Tell them that we're gonna come around.
Mr. Richards, they're gonna come around this way. It is tethered up, so we are remotely controlling it through a tether that goes as deep as it is in the lake or ocean. This year we actually have a brand new design. It was a brand new design that we took to Palau, and it's much more advanced than any of the designs we've had before, and I think that the new group is planning to make some big improvements to it as well. Now you guys are going in the opposite way.
Yeah, turn around.
Look at your surroundings, and are you still going the right way? Where's your boat?
That way.
It's still that way. Where's your buoy?
We're still at front.
Okay. So now look at where you're going.
Yeah. The compass is just going like crazy, so you can't
It's just
even
like
tell.
spinning.
So their compass is screwed up a little bit?
It's like 294, then 68, 107. Like, just changing like crazy.
Can you see me?
Coming back out.
Am I?
The work gets harder and harder as you go on. So really only the really motivated, passionate students make it to this advanced class. So every individual on the team holds the project close to their heart and is very motivated and has a drive to succeed.
Look how crazy this compass is going. See what I mean?
It's not going up, really. So I can't go forward because the camera's dragging right on the bottom. Especially with the GoPro weight.
Is it worth it to pull it up and take the weight off?
Yeah.
Might as well.
They know failure is part of the process of success, and it's just a step to get to your end goal. I've got a 15-year-old young lady that's in charge of a team of 4 other students, and she goes, wait, this isn't working. Let's pull the robot up and let's figure out what's going on. There are a lot of adults that would have driven that robot into the bottom and ran the batteries dead before they decided that enough was enough, it wasn't working, let's figure out another way to do it.
It's a communication and a slowing down thing. You guys just need to make sure that you're ready at every step. Every situation is different, so it's really not unusual to have to pull up, reevaluate, and go back down.